So I have good news and bad news. So the good news is I will be an administrator. The bad news is it's not at this parish. It's at St. Hedwig in Los Alamitos. And so this lady came to me today and said, Father, I've been worried since I heard that you will be leaving. I'm wondering if we are going to forget everything that you taught us, and it's going to come back to how it was before you came. And so today I want to talk about 3 points that I want you to remember. Even if you forget me, remember these 3 points. These are the 3 universal callings of every Christian. And I can give you an easy way to remember. Think of IHS, right? Those are the 3 first letters for Jesus in Greek, IHS. I stands for intimacy. That's really important. You know, this year I will be a priest for 10 years. And when I was ordained, we did a holy card to commemorate the ordination. So on the holy card, I picked a Bible passage. Out of all the Bible, I picked one passage, and it was this: I am the vine, you are the branches. Remain in me, and I in you, and you will bear much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. So I picked this passage to remind myself that I need to be united to Jesus. Otherwise, my ministry, my priesthood would be fruitless. And so I hope I've borne some fruit since I've been here. But that goes for all of us, is to remain in Jesus. The word remain refers to Jesus' relationship with the Father too. It's an intimate connection. It's this oneness. That's what he wants us to do, is to share in the intimacy of the Holy Trinity. So the most important is intimacy with God. So when the diocese called me and told me about my new parish, then they asked me, do you have any questions? My first question is there a Blessed Sacrament chapel in the rectory? Is there a Blessed Sacrament in the rectory? That was my first question, because that's important to me. Every morning I spend time with Jesus. So I later found out that they do have a Blessed Sacrament chapel there. So that's really important. Remember, intimacy. And it needs to go in this order. It needs to go in this order. We have to know God and be close to him. And the second one is holiness. Once we are united to him, we want to become like him. We want to be holy, just like St. John says in the second reading, right? We keep his commandments. We do what's pleasing to him. So we become like Jesus. So that's why I wrote my book, The Imitation of Mary, Keys to Growth in Virtue and Grace, so that you remember to grow in holiness. And not only that, but I have a whole apostolate, right? The Fullness of Grace, and the tagline is holiness for the glory of God. And so remember, holiness. And the third is to serve, right? IHS. The third is to serve the Lord. That's how we bear fruit. And that's what St. Paul did in the first reading, Saul, right? He went to preach the gospel with boldness, and he bore much fruit. So that's what we need to do. We're called to bear fruit through intimacy, through holiness, and through service. So just remember those 3 points. If you forget everything else, that's your vocation. Intimacy with God, holiness, and to serve him so that you may bear much fruit.